Phil LeBeau joins us right now with more on this. Phil, we know what the automakers would like to hear, that they will not be penalized for having followed USMCA.
And we know that the Trump administration said yesterday that there were a number of phone calls between Trump administration officials and auto executives for the big three. No doubt, not just with the big three, but for the other auto industry players. A lot of suppliers are going to be massively impacted by these tariffs if there's not some type of an exemption there. Take a look at what we're looking at in terms of auto production on a daily basis between the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. This is according to S&P Global Mobility. Comes out to just under 70,000 vehicles. Yesterday, S&P Global Mobility put out a forecast saying, we think that if these tariffs stay in place, you're looking at 30% daily production going away in some fashion. And that's the expectation. About 20,000 vehicles would not be produced, and it's understandable why. The choices for the big three, they're not real good here. They can either move the shift or the mix of the type of vehicle. In other words, build the more high-content, higher-priced vehicles in the United States. If there's a lower-priced version, build it in Mexico. That's one example of what they might be able to do. But their options are extremely limited. That's why many expect to see them cut shifts in Mexico and Canada. And then, if the tariffs are still in place, you'll see the automakers lower the incentives that are out there, and they're going to have to cut their margins. There's just no way around it, even as they pass along some of the cost increases to consumers. As you take a look at annual auto sales, these estimates are likely going to come down if the tariffs stay in place. Most believe that we're going to be a little bit better than last year, maybe 16.2 million. The average incentive on a new vehicle, in other words, if you go to a dealer, on average, they will say to you, you know what? We're going to give you another $3,500 off a particular vehicle in some form, whether it's rebates, whether it's financing, whatever it might be. That's likely to come down as the automakers look to preserve their margins as much as possible or limit the cut impact. And there you see the comments from the Commerce Secretary having an impact on what we're seeing with the shares of the automakers pre-market. So we'll watch, guys. We'll see, because the automakers, they don't have a whole lot of good options here, and especially the suppliers. I mean, they're locked in. The supply chain is locked in. It's not like you can say, let's build a plant in Indiana, have it up and going in about a month.
Right. So how quickly would this happen? Are we talking next week they would pull off incentives? Are we talking this quarter you're going to see a big cut to margins? Like how?
I think you would start to see it. And there will be nibbling around the edges within the next week. And then you really start to see it happen over time. Most people in the industry point to the chip crisis, Becky, as an example of what you saw happening with prices and with incentives. And between March of 21 and the end of 21, the average transaction price for a new vehicle in the U.S. went from just under $40,000 to more than $46,000. And now it's at about $48,500, somewhere in that range. So if this sticks, if these tariffs stick, that's what many people believe you're going to see from the automakers.
So, Phil, presumably, the U.S. automakers are likely to say, look, we're in compliance with the USMCA. What types of exemptions in particular do you think they have a shot at getting? Is it just as part of the manufacturing process, as parts go across the border, or something bigger than that?
Great question. I think all options are on the table. I mean, look, the automakers will take anything they can get. They would like it to go back to what it was before President Trump was sworn in. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. And remember, the steel and aluminum tariffs, when those kick in, that's going to hit the auto industry as well. So They are under the gun right now.